Hi, new person. How are you? Nice meeting you. I just see a motorcycle. It doesn't say name. Oh, okay. I see name now. Okay. So, Ron, 34. Hi, Angelique. What are the messages? Hi, how are you? What's the matter with him? You can put him down for now. I'm still on the live. To book a reading, a paid reading, you have to inbox me. Rimstar 25. To book a private tarot reading, you have to message. I do readings. I do one yes or no question and everything. So you have to book. And welcome to the live. Hi, new people coming in. How are you? Guys, if anyone needs a reading or anything, you have to book and just inbox me. Because I do everything privately because your blessings and your readings are for you, not the whole world. So just let me know if you inbox me. Anyways. Hello, Princess. SAK47, how are you? All information is on the pinned comment at the top. Information's on the top, guys. To book a private tarot reading, it is set up for date and time in my inbox. So let me know if you guys need guidance, what you need help on and everything. Like I said, I do it all. I'm a psychic, I'm a medium, I'm clairaudient, clairvoyance, I'm a high priestess. So, let me know if you want to book. I have a few spots open for today, as I run 2 channels, so it's a lot. Somebody, I'm trying to look at messages. Give me a second. Let me look at the messages, guys. The messages are coming in so quickly. Hold on. I'm going to read everybody's messages. Okay, Christina. I'm going to read your message. Hold on. These messages are coming so quick and I want to read every single one. Okay. Give me a second. Let me go back from, where is it? Hold on. All right. Christina said hi from there on. Let me see. Hold on. Just followed. All right, let me look at the messages. Okay. All right. I don't know what tests would be positive or negative. Let's go with the one from the angels. Okay. There you go, dropping everything. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars, and your dreams will come true to help the situations. And let me get my pendulum. Matter of fact, I'm gonna use this. Hold on. I'll use this. Task question, okay. Is it gonna be a positive or a negative? For August, let me see where is it. Or negative. For August, let me see where is it. Christina, give me 1 second because I'm doing something for you. What kind of tests are we talking about? Christina, you still there? Oh, okay. Is her test going to be positive for August? Pregnancy test. It's between a yes and a no. It's a maybe. But wait a minute. Your reading came out was you deserve the best. Reach for the stars within your dreams, desires, and just believe. To help the situation is don't think about it so much. Pamper yourself, give to yourself, and let universe and God and whoever else you believe in, if you believe in God or not, because some people do, but let universe deal with that. They will bless you when it's the time, and the fact is blessings come in disguise when you least expect it. One more for Christina. Okay, 2 more for Christina. Ow. I'm gonna knock everything down. When you guys hear a crash, that means I broke something. It says caution is warning you, looking deep into the situation. Like I said, just relax. If it's meant for you, if it's the time for you, it will happen. Because victory is coming in for you for your good hard work and everything. A happy outcome is coming, but you have to let them take care of it. You have to let your angels, God, universe, and divine timing when things are supposed to be where it needs to be. Hold on. If she takes the test around August 20th, is it going to be positive? Is it yes and no? They're not going to answer that because they told you what I told you. How did I get in the box? Oh, okay, MBR. I was like, how did I get in the box? That was a good one. I liked that surprise. That was cool. That was cool. Christina, you have to let things come naturally. And like I'm telling you. You don't need the stress. You don't need to be stressed out. You don't need to be in that environment of that type of, I say, negativity, toxic, and everything like that. You need to just let it be natural. Let it come natural. Try not to think about it. Hear some music. Keep your mind occupied. Because when that surprise comes, you're going to be like stunned, happy, joyful, and everything. Just do me a favor, a big favor. Don't tell no one. No one. Because not everybody has good intentions. You know what I mean? And anytime you want to chit-chat, just inbox me. And when you do find out you are, I can teach you how to save money and how to shop for the baby situation. Trust me. I'm good at it. You can ask MB right there. Christina, you still there? Give me 1 second. I'm going to get my baby deck. Then I dropped something. See, I'm telling you, I'm going to break something one of these days. When you hear the crash, you know I broke something. Give me a second. MB, see if Christina's still there. All right, hold on. Okay. What is a baby message? Okay, cool. All right. I'm going to talk to your future children. Hold on. Yeah, I know. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm sorry. These babies are funny. Okay, hold on. They said humor me. I said I know. All right, cool. All right. I see baby garden. You guys are funny. Children are funny. All right, cool. All right, this is what your baby's saying from up there. They said humor me, growing. When it's time, you'll get the message. You'll understand what I'm talking about. You'll have a call. That means you'll have a message or something coming in. You just have to let them be born when they want to be born, or when they want to come in some type of way. All right. These kids are funny. These kids are funny. Oh, my little spirit babies that I know you guys so much. Okay, what do you want to tell Christina? Watch who you be around you of taking care or of watching your child. Okay, all right, guys. And see, timing. Exactly what I said. I really pretty much don't need cards because I'm a psychic. I'm a medium. So it's all in due time. Still there? Okay. It's all in due time. Now I'm roasting and I lost my hair tie. Darn. I had a hair clip. I don't know what to do with it. I will find it. I will find it eventually. It's just too hard to put my hair down. They're picking their own time when they want to be conceived or be born, because this card is, see? Timing. It's all about timing. When it's the right time, and I am roasting my hair. I need a hair tie. The scrunchie. I had so many clips. You know, we lose clips all the time for our hair. Oh my God, I did lose it. It's too hot. I can see July 20th to 27th. Yeah, just got to give it time. Remember, sometimes it happens right away that you get the positive, and sometimes, well, I'm going to give you an example. I didn't know when I was pregnant until I was already 3-4 months in. And look at that. Every pregnancy is different, so symptoms are very different. I got to tie up my hair. I'm roasting. Give me a second. If you hear a crash, I broke something. All right, let me get the hair tie. I found it. Yay. Yay. Oh my God, it's too hot. I gotta tie my hair up. Okay. All right. One or the other. Doesn't matter. I'm roasting, so it's too hot. That's one thing. We always lose the hair ties for some reason. So, yeah. Yep. You see, there's a contract. All spirit babies have a contract when they want to be born, when they want to be conceived, what date they're supposed to be born. and who are their parents. They choose. And sometimes when they see their environment to be toxic, they don't want to come in. So, it all depends. Sometimes they want to come into a situation that is, you know, 50-50, chaos and non-chaos, because the thing is they have to learn the lessons and everything. It all depends. It all depends. All depends on their contract. When they have a contract that they have to fulfill because they didn't fulfill it in the other life, that's why. Like, people have karma. Why you think people have so much karma? Because they did bad things and they have to pay in this life to fix what they didn't fix at the time that they did what they did. It all depends. Like I said, everybody has their mission. So, that's it. That's what it is. MB, pin my information that I have somewhere in the comments and everything. Pin it to the top. It's somewhere there that it says to book a tarot reading. It's somewhere. You'll find it eventually. I just missed the copy and paste. It won't let me copy and paste. I could just copy it, paste it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't allow it. I was like, wow, it's crazy. But, you know. So, yeah. And I noticed, MB, the thing is that when you pin it, it only stays there for a couple of seconds type situation. What's the point? I'm like, it should just, if you pin it to the comment right there, it should stay there. Until you decide, like, you want to take it down. It's weird. All right, let me see if I can find it. But you see what I mean, what I'm talking about. There's a lot of things it's like you could do, you can't do. I'm like, wow. Some of the buttons don't even work. I think it's all the way somewhere in the top. Yeah, it is somewhere. Yeah. I think I found it. Yeah. Oh, wow. You can't pin it anymore? Oh, no, you can't. It won't even allow me to pin it. Let me see if I can. Let me see something. That's crazy. So I'm gonna have to retype it. It won't let me pin it. That's crazy. Huh. Let me see. Let me see. Clap. No. Yeah, I could do that one. I think I did it now. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Tell me, if you hear a crash, that means I broke something. Hi, Naomi. How are you? Like I said, people come and go. I don't know. When you say hi to them, they leave. It doesn't even make any sense. Like I said, to each his own.
Alright, he said.
Okay, put him down. Hey, baby. Okay, he'll be quiet. I think so. He's not gonna bark.
He's thinking about it.
You thinking about it? Baby thinking about it? Come here, little fatso. Come here, little fatso. Yeah, you can close it. Well, not really. You don't have to because you're not raising it, so it's fine.
Whoa.
Oh, I got the fatso here. See, fatso. Say hi. I'm cute and adorable. Okay. You want to be a big fat baby. You're like, what's this? What are you doing? Are you in shock? You in shock? Mm-hmm. Leave my mouth alone. No. I'm going to eat you up. Mm. All right. Too much TikTok for you. You want to be a star? You want to be a star? No, I know. You just turn your face. You're like, no. You go do what you got to do. Leave me alone. Yeah. That's what you're saying? You're going to yarn? You don't want to be bothered? Yeah, I understand. Oh my God, he's heavy. Jesus Christ. Oh, fat one. You're gonna fly. Whee! Look how heavy and big. Yes, I know. I'm gonna put you down. Okay, that's my cue when I said that. Oh my God, you're heavy. Please. Oh, don't eat no more. No, forget about the ambulance. Forget about the ambulance. Don't start barking. Don't start screaming for the ambulance. Okay. Anyways. I tell you. He's laying down by my feet. But at least he's quiet, right, MB? At least he's quiet. Nope, it won't let me pin it anymore. Can't pin it. I can't even pin it. Oh, Lordy. Can't copy or paste. And you can't pin it. It won't allow it. Wow, that's crazy. But what's new, you know? Take that remote point. I can see is they're removing a lot of things. So TikTok removes points when you pin something? Oh. Because that would be crazy, right? That would really be crazy. Oh my God. They're doing construction outside. So. Yeah. Mm-hmm. People want to come up on the boxes, MB, but they got no bio and all that. Nah. And you know what mostly all the youngsters are doing is using their parents' account to get on TikTok, YouTube, and everything else. To pass like if it was them, but they're really minors. No, thank you. And the funny part, though, it gets better. This gets better. They even got their parents' CCs. I was like, yeah, they got their CCs. How did they get their CCs? I don't know. The only thing I would say, in my opinion, if you're using your parents' account and everything, and you got the CC of their card and everything like that, either you're taking it from their wallet or while they're sleeping or something. I don't know, but there's a lot on here. Even on the other one, on the other channel of mine. Yep. How are you up at certain hours? Where are the parents? But because parents buy their kids' cell phones, they're not being monitored. And then kids are memorizing all their parents' private information. So, and look, it comes out too. Oh, yeah, MB, caution warning, look deeper into the situation before proceeding to further. So you figure the child, you figure TikTok right there, the cell phone situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I told you. I'm surprised that the bank and all that other stuff hasn't contacted them. I am shocked. But then again, they must know what they're doing. And then one of the girls told me, she's like, oh, my sister loves your channel. So I'm like, wait a minute, you must have an older sister unless you guys are both same age or a little bit, maybe not that much, but still. Yeah, so I'm like, So, yeah, so that's the thing. Mm-hmm. But then again, you know, to each his own. But no. Oh, and then they started saying that word. I don't know if you heard of it. It was like it's a video. It's like Fortnite, but it's the other one. It's Roblox and other. I told them just like this. I said, you better not be messaging nobody. You better not be doing nothing and meeting nobody. You better tell your parent. I was on a roll. I was like, if I was like a parent type thing, of theirs. No, because they were asking me if I had. I said no. I said it's very dangerous. Yeah, exactly. And but I was like, but how are you? That's the thing. It's just the hours that they're on. I just don't get it, because the thing is, I'm gonna give you an example. I get on at, let's just say, I get on at 7 o'clock. They're on. I get on at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're on. 1 o'clock in the morning. 2, 3. They're still on. Anytime I get on, I understand it alerts their phone that when I get on live and everything, but they get on. Mostly the whole game is that. What's on there is it's that. TikTok is a super dangerous, taking people into severe mind control. Yeah. Not only that. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example. Mind War, you're still here? So let's talk about this. Mind War, you still here? Let me know. Let me know if you're still here. Yeah. I'll put you in. I think I sent an invite, yeah. Hey, how are you?
Hey y'all, me and MB communicate in the DMs a little bit back, and so I never got a chance.
Okay, follow each other. Yeah, so the thing is that between this site and then YouTube, both, it don't matter. Okay, explain to me, how are these kids, minors, getting a hold of their parents' CC and being on at all these late different hours?
Yeah,
where are the parents at?
The kids are always going to get around all that stuff just like we would have too. You know that.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, we got in trouble. These kids don't get in trouble. You know what I mean? I was raised military style. You crazy? When I thought in school, I'll tell you a little story. In school, they called me to the office. I thought I was in trouble. I was a nervous wreck when I was a kid. They're like, no, we're here to call your parents. I said, but why you got to call my parents? So I'm analyzing, did I do something wrong? Wait a minute, hold up. I know I got here on time. I know I went to class. I did the work. I turned in the work. So I was analyzing and everything like that. And they're like, no, we want to give you an award, a certificate. I said, oh, okay. And then they're like, why are you so nervous? I said, I thought you calling me the principal's office for something. And they're like, yeah, to give you an award. But you didn't. I said, you didn't specify that. You didn't say that.
Yeah, a lot of things boil back to like self-mastery. I jumped between America and Korea growing up, and then my village in Korea still doesn't have any internet. We always have like 4 to 6 monks around, to talk to, and then like if my aunt makes you a cup of tea, it's most grateful cup of tea you ever had in your graceful cup of tea. It's like my village. Everyone, like we're descendants of the samurai, right? So it's
okay.
Like everything is thought out. Your movements, your actions. You know what I mean? When we get drunk and fall down, we don't even hit the ground. When we drop something, it don't hit the ground. We catch it before it hits the ground. Very focused, in tune people. You know what I mean?
And it's very peaceful. It's not, okay, how can I say it without saying it in a mean way or anything for the United States? You know how that goes. But like I said, everybody was growing up with morals, education. There was no disrespect. You disrespect, you used to get in trouble. We were just very humble, nice, sweet people, and the whole 9 yards. You know, a lot of people, there's rude, nasty people, and the whole 9 yards. You know, a lot of people, there's rude, nastiness, and I love the countries because of the way that people were raised. You know what I mean? So that's just me.
Can I ask what nationality you are?
I was raised with Hispanics, but I'm not Hispanic.
Yeah, you look like that. I met my wife when I was 6. She's from the DR, and then I taught her English and Korean, and she taught me Spanish.
Yeah,
So
all
then,
in my family, everybody's mixed, or like, okay, some people are married to blacks, some people are married to whites, some people are married to Spanish people, some people are married to, I don't know what else. Italians, we got Italians. So I have like everybody in the family, but I'm not Hispanic.
yeah,
I
that's
was
what.
raised with Hispanic, and everybody's finding out what they are little by little. So
Yeah, that's.
I can't, from my privacy, I don't want to say what I am yet because I'm dealing with DV right now. And because of my nationality and all my other stuff, you know what I mean? So later on down the line, I'll say what I am, but I can't say it right now. This isn't.
Yeah, I'm in South Florida. You growing up here, you're just with everyone. You know what I mean? It's a. I don't know if you ever been to South Florida. We got like a lot of nationalities here.
I'm in Florida. MB's in Florida too. We all three are.
Oh, I'm in Palm Beach.
I'm not far from Miami. I'm not far from Orlando.
Yeah, I work a lot in Boca. I try not to go more south than Boca.
Mm-hmm.
You guys' traffic sucks.
I'm born and raised from New York. I've been here too long. I just seen too much toxicity, if you get my drift.
Oh yeah, that place is awesome though. I can't remember how many times I've been there either. 13 or 18. I'll spend a half a day in Central Park every time. I found that little man-made castle in the middle of the park. I could stand around and look at those buildings all day in New York. I really like that place. That's a cool place.
Yeah, I miss New York, but it's not the same anymore. So if we were going back, like we're talking about 80s, 90s, 2000, yeah, fine. Like 25 years ago type, yeah, fine. But now, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wanted my wife to experience it. You know what I mean? And then now she's no longer with us, but I did want her to experience New York. You know, and because I think everyone that lives in America should spend some time there. That's a cool place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
What I
see.
love about New York is that it never sleeps. Florida does. Florida cuts off at certain hours. You know what I'm saying? You know, at
Yeah,
6 o'clock, everything's done.
right.
And then we only have what? We don't have that much transportation. Wait, we have taxi, Uber, whatever you guys want to call that. A bus that comes whenever it wants. It's not 24 hours, 7 days a week. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So is that what you guys call it? The Vol train or whatever it is?
Oh, over here in West Palm, we call it crackhead transpo.
Okay. Okay, so it has a
Well,
new name. Okay. Yes.
you talking about the bus?
Yeah.
Oh,
They call it Vol train over here. I don't know.
over
Like I said, I'm a New
no,
Yorker.
over here, everyone knows not to take the bus.
Well, let me tell you a little story on that. You got to listen to this one. This one is funny. All right, so my aunt comes from New York to visit us, right? So she's like, okay, let's take the bus. So she thinking it's like New York City, 24
Right,
hours, 7 days a week.
right. Yeah.
No, this gets better. So I said, you really want to take the bus?
Yeah.
I said, all
No.
right, cool. I said, all right, I'm down for it. So, all right. So this is funny. So she's thinking we wait for the bus. We got the bus and everything. So bus driver decides to take a selfie. He's on a selfie roll. So he stops the bus and He parks and he starts taking selfies and he's going like this. It's the funny part. He was going like this. Hold on, I gotta get a phone. He was going like this. He's like, oh. My aunt said, what is this? I said, I guess he's on break. But doesn't he know people got JOBs and people got to get somewhere? It gets better than that. And then we finally started moving. I said, she's like, nah, I can't deal with this. I said, nah, this is, then you're going to have to wait for the next one for 2 hours. She's like, what do you mean for 2 hours? I said, for 2 hours, you're going to have to wait to get the bus and everything. And I was like, she's like, nah, I can't do this. So she went with her phone. She's like, yo, so-and-so. So she called my uncle, her brother. Hey, yo, what's up? Listen, tell your girlfriend or whatever she is to you that I'll give her $100 right now. If she comes and picks us up, and everything. And he's like, what's up? This bus driver decides to start taking selfies and everything. What? Is this a normal thing you people do over here? She was like that. So she paid the girl $100 because she said, no, never again. And then she thought it, how New York you could walk, right? And everything. Yeah, like MB said, welcome to Florida. So, so she thought it was that walk path and everything, walking the streets. Like New York City, you get to walk up and you see the shopping and everything. I said, no, honey, that don't go like that. So she's decided to walk. So I said, do you really want to do that? And she's like, yeah, it's like New York. I said, oh, okay. I disagreed. I just said, let her think, let her see for herself. And we were just walking and walking and walking. She's like, when are we ever going to see civilization? I said, never. And that's when she said, nah, I can't do this. And she never took the bus again. She was like, forget this. She's like, nah, I can't do this. Has she been back to Florida? Not recently, right now. She came about, yeah, you got to have a car anywhere. It doesn't matter. When I had a car accident, and my father didn't have a vehicle and everything like that, me and my mom, we walked, and we were the old-fashioned way with the bags carrying in our hands, and we got blisters and because we didn't have the little wagon, the wagon you could put the groceries. We didn't have that. And people seen us and people knew us, and they're like, hey, I saw you walking. I seen you with bags. How you doing? Like, really? Nobody helps nobody.
Oh.
It's just,
Yeah, but but what you were talking about, I hang out with psychologists. I'm into advanced psychology, but I'm always concerned about the kids' minds, right? There's children I really care about in this world. And anyways, so I always have talked to my friends that are child psychologists about like the development of their minds and all that kind of stuff. And some of them will say you can look at a kid by the time they're 6 and see the adult they're going to be. And I've heard them say all the way up to the age of 10, but never higher than that, right? So that basically,
hold on. Yeah, keep talking. I have a dog that's choking.
So then that tells me, and now all this, the digital world now is all military grade mind control, right? For sure. Don't even think it's not, right? And so that tells me a kid shouldn't be playing around with military grade mind control for sure until they become the adult they're going to be. And if some child psychologists say it's 6 and some say it's 10, well, that tells me it's, nobody's the same, right? It's all in there. So, until you've trained your child in psychological warfare and they become the mental adult they're going to be, saying 10 years old, they shouldn't be messing with this stuff. It's all the masses are going into a clear psychosis, and then they go on the digital world, and then they're getting sucked into all this fantasy land, and it can't be hidden anymore. And anyone that don't,
what about the fact is you take away the electronics and they go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
Hey, it's your house.
Right?
It's your house, your rules. You know what I mean? I work for billionaires over here in Palm Beach, and none of them's kids are allowed to touch electronics. They ain't playing video games. They can use their laptop for homework, supervised and stuff like that, because those people know what's up.
Yep. I didn't get I didn't have a phone until I was like 18.
You know what I mean?
I didn't see freedom. I didn't see outside or anything like these youngsters. No, I didn't see freedom of actually mingling, hanging out or something was like 18, 20 range. And that was something simple. That was like maybe go to a movie, if a movie, or have lunch, or just go to the store and shop like the mall at the time. But no, I didn't have that. Oh
No.
no, I was reading the military stuff. Phones, I didn't see phones. We had a page. I had a pager when I was a kid, of course, because back then was pagers and stuff like that. But phone wise, no. At the time, we had pay phones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got a beep, and you had to start looking for a payphone when you
No,
get
but the
paged.
funny part is that I had the pager, and my parents paid a year off on that pager. What was the pager for? If I was sleeping, and the thing is, the pager was going off, and I'm sleeping, so I never got my messages. And then I just like, oh my God, it was a sadful time because the thing was that they were calling me, paging me, call us back, because I was gonna see one of the singers and everything and get the autograph and everything when I was a kid, and I was sleeping. My mother's like, your pager rang like 18, 20 times. I said, really? I didn't even hear it. But
Oh yeah.
who I got to meet, and I got to see her concert. I don't know if you know her, but it's back in the day, Meredith Brooks.
Oh, I don't know. Probably if I heard her.
Yeah.
Hey, I had one of those very first pagers that came out. It was audio, and then somebody would call your number, and they could leave like
A
a 1 minute,
voicemail something. Yeah.
and then it would be on your side, and it would make a beep, and their message would come out one time, and that was just the way it was. And so then, of course, all my friends would just, you know, leave the message, and so you're sitting there trying to do something serious, and all of a sudden I have my friend moaning like they're getting down on my side. I had to get rid of that thing pretty quick.
No, they had some strange stuff back then. But you know that people still have pagers out there. The doctors use it, so it's
Yeah,
still available. So you
yeah.
just got to figure out who's the one that allows pagers still. You know what I mean? That you could get them connected, because if they could get it connected, it's a place.
Well, of course we're in the digital world, right? So, it's just a matter of figuring out the reality that we're in and understanding it, and then just use it as a tool at that point. Like when you spend too much time on these apps,
Yeah.
they got that blue light technology messing you up, and like hopefully, like you should have a camera sticker on all your cameras. They're blasting us in the eyes like 4 times a minute with infrared, and it messes up your neurotransmitters and your decision making
Where do
process.
I get that at?
I got little custom stickers made. You see my little symbol right there?
Yeah.
I got that symbol trademarked, and so then I had little tiny round stickers made up just like that symbol that I put on all my cameras, and they're weatherproof. They're nice, and so I have my little cut. I got that sticker right there on my cameras, on all of them, my laptops, iPads, and stuff like that, because it's all really happening. It's a matter of understanding what's happening and
Yeah.
working. You know the human condition, right? So over in Korea, I'm a retired psychological warfare specialist. I used to train operatives over in Korea against Asian imprisonment mind control in case they're captured, right? So whenever somebody's going to try to brainwash you, they're always going to be looking to put you into a particular human condition to where you are susceptible to the type of mind control they're going to use, right?
Hmm.
So nobody is unsusceptible to mind control. Anyone can be brainwashed. So then it just depends on your human condition, right? And
Hmm.
so these sinister people, they know all that, right? And
Oh,
it's
don't we know?
and so then what they've done is they've spent a minimum of 80 years getting all these neurotoxins in our systems and metal on our brain, like same thing that happened in Germany. And so it's all happening like right in front of us. And then so many people already got so much metal on the brain and these harmful frequencies and neurotoxins in their system. People are already in psychosis. That's why you see so many people all of a sudden like, oh, Earth's flat, or I'm going to the fifth dimension and all this fantasy stuff, because when psychosis, you can no longer differentiate between reality and fantasy. And so then the more people go into psychosis, the more we're going to see them imagining all these things, and it's happening all around us, and people just, they don't even see it.
But did you notice too? I don't know. I it doesn't work on me. But people are so tempted for shiny things. Like they think that with throwing shiny things in front of you, you're gonna fall. Like I'm gonna give you an example. Somebody put me up to a test. I was like, I just looked at them. I'm like, wow, you're really like as low as they come. I just say it like that. You put a 50 G's in front of me like it's supposed to do something for me. I'm like, okay, I advise you to put your money away and everything before you lose it somewhere, because you know what I mean? For where they had it at, sticky little fingers of people or kids or anything, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, like, wow, if
Yeah.
I just see the mentality of people. I'm like, the first thing in my mind, like, if you really know who I am and where I come from, like, what you see on the computer, you see a person, but you don't know their background. You don't know who exactly they're related to or who they really are. So I'm like, I just analyze people like, really, wow, you think right away somebody is into valuable things, you know what I mean? So it just amazes me. But there's money hungry, greedy people that are into shiny things, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
don't like to be around that environment, you know what I mean? I try to be around positive individuals that want to go forward in life, not backwards and stay in the same position. Because I know people that work in the same job for 10 or 20 years, making $5, $10 an hour. Five,
Right.
10 years, you've been in the same job for $5 to $10 an hour. Are you serious? Don't you feel like, going forward in life? Oh, and then they give me a story. I was like, wow, like really?
Yes.
That's why I try to give people advice. I try to help people to go forward in life. They don't take the advice and everything. Me, I move on, be like, I wish you well and the whole 9 yards. I can't be around that environment. I've been around so many different types of people. I've been around let me see, where I come from, because I come from New York and everything, and where I was living in Fifth Avenue. You know what I mean? So I was around everybody, all the rich, famous, and everything like that. You know what I mean? So, and I seen how people are. You know what I mean? It's just some things that are like, you're like, wow, I never think you were like that. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
thought you were like humble or some type of win. I didn't know you were a cheapskate and disrespectful and racist, and all that other stuff like that. And I'm like, so it was just one of those things. And I know famous people because, some people are in the family, or if I met someone of someone and everything like that. My son's godfather is a singer. My mom's uncle has a band. They're singers. You know what I mean? And personally, I know certain people and everything like that. But we treat each other like people, as regular individuals, because for a fact that a singer is just a regular person that made it into the world and they got a contract, and that's how they become a singer. But before them being a singer, they're just a regular person like everybody else in the world. But people get that like twisted in their head and everything. Then they think they're better than anyone, and they think they're gonna rise more to stardom. But I can't talk to you because you're beneath me, and all this, all that crazy, stupid stuff. Then I'm like, didn't you come from nothing, and over a sudden, the ones that made you are your fans. Without your fans, you ain't nobody. You're just a regular person on the street. But people forget that. Even when you help people, they don't remember when you put food on their table. They don't remember when you helped them with their children or got them out of a bad situation. They don't even know you. When you see them in the street, they're like, "Oh, do I know you, sir, ma'am? I don't know you."
Yeah.
Just like that.
Well, yeah, you're right. Well, a lot of what you say, it just makes me think about self mastery. So I see that you have that right. And that's when a person understands self mastery, they're going to know what they stand for. They're going to know, they're going to have realistic personal goals, and and it keeps you focused, right? And so
Yeah.
then, but everything that's happening to us is progressive. And I don't know if you know this, but this is a proven fact. When you got too many metals in your system and overexposure to harmful frequencies, it erodes your empathy and morality, and that's what's happening on top of the psychosis, and that's where you see. And so then it is going like really, really downhill, and then when you point out these realities, people have been psychologically conditioned to not acknowledge true reality anymore because they're brainwashing everyone on all these different subjects. And
Mhm.
when you get brainwashed, you do what's called living by a controlled narrative, right?
Mhm.
And so then that's exactly what we're seeing happen, and that's why you see people like start not getting along over one little thing said. It's because when
Mhm.
somebody's living by a controlled narrative and you say something that goes against their narrative, you just cross the line. Like
Yeah.
you start subliminally becoming an enemy in their brainwashed mind, and then
Mhm.
we can always see it in other people, but then people don't have the ability to see it when it's happening to them, right? And
Yep.
there's ways to test yourself. I've been testing people now for 32 months. 98% of people on this app are already in psychosis, drifting deeper and
What
deeper.
about when they turn narcissistic?
Well, that's another. See, that's why you keep hearing people saying that word more and more in sociopathy, because those types of behaviorisms are coming out with because of what's happening to us. It's all really happening, and then the more you point out that reality to somebody, the more they're gonna like turn against you
Oh
because
yeah, oh yeah. And the thing
you
is,
know.
it's very dangerous. See, the thing is, envy, jealousy, and hate. All three of those are different categories. One is more dangerous than the other. It's just seriously because the thing is, let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm dealing with DV. Why I'm dealing with DV? Because I'm a nice individual, independent person that doesn't have a record and doesn't do anything of bad, if you get my drift, anything. So I don't have nothing. It brought me problems with DV. And I'm talking about, I'm gonna tag you because I follow you now. So I'm gonna tag you in my testimony on my page. When you see what I'm going through, that's just a portion of a piece of it.
Oh,
Just a little
yeah.
piece.
Oh, I get it. Trust
And
me.
no, it's a dangerous situation, if you get my drift. Like
Yeah.
that. And the thing is, just because of that, so being humble, nice, and sweet, being a single individual that's independent, it's a bad thing over here. You understand what I'm saying? So I seen that and I'm dealing with that. So I'm like, I'm still going forward in life. Nobody's going to stop me from it. You know what I mean? Because I'm a strong person. But it's just the mentality of the people in general in their heads. Once they have something set to their mind, they do it.
Yeah.
That's just one thing about it. It doesn't matter. And when they say they don't like you, or if the fact is envy is one thing, but jealousy, oh yeah, a person's jealous, right? But envy is very different. It's like, it's a certain type of envy that is like a bad taste in somebody's mouth. It's like, and when somebody hates you, it's a whole different ball game. No, but it's very dangerous. Envy,
Oh, yeah.
hate, and jealousy is three different categories, and one is like, you're like, okay, one person hates you because you're wearing a nice dress and everything. Okay, the person's jealous of you, but they're gonna go out and compete with you. Okay, fine, that's normal. We seen that. But envy you for what you got or where you're going in life, they're gonna find a way of putting a stop to you in some type of way, any type of way, and everything like that.
Sure.
It's not pretty. It's not pretty. And I try to stay away from everybody. All my friends are guys.
Well, it's progressive. What's happening to it's only getting worse and worse, and it's compiling. Me and a group of advanced psychologists tried to expose this about 2.5 years ago, and a couple of the psychologists were pretty well known, where people will listen to them. All of us we got just complete. I went through 3 months of hell. My American business got completely digitally attacked. They were shutting my bank cards off 3 times a day. Just I could talk for 30 minutes about just and at some point it's like, yeah, okay, this is no longer coincidence, right? Because you don't want to be one of those people that sound like you're crazy, right? So you don't even say anything when it first starts, right?
Yep, you don't say nothing. You keep quiet. You observe and everything. And when everything comes out, then you be like, oh yeah, I knew that. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. And so then it's really serious. Listen to this. This is what's happening to us in a nutshell. You remember what happened in Germany, right? Where like anyone that spoke differently, they would get turned in, and there was like little secret police stations on every corner, right?
Yeah,
And
it's kind of like that. I heard of something because the thing is, my son is more of into Germany and all that
yeah.
information.
So that's called the totalitarian state of mind, right? Like the people, they can't stand to hear realities that go against their controlled narrative, right? So
Hmm.
and then a lot of people they think that totalitarianism it's ruled by like this evil tyrant leader, right? And
Hmm.
that's not true. The totalitarian state of mind is ruled by the lie. So now, if you understand how the totalitarian state of mind works, it's everyone that enters that state of mind, they lie to themselves, they lie to their spouse, they lie to their children, they lie to their coworkers, that they're living a lie, right? So now if you take a real big step back and look at what they're doing to us, look at it. Politics, flat earth theory, Q, the Great Awakening, Fifth Dimension, the Intergalactic Space Council, and on and on. All these people are living a lie. And if you speak differently, they do what? They shun you. And so they are literally creating the totalitarian state of mind across the board, and it's only getting worse.
Yeah. That's why me, like I said, my thing is I give the guidance to the person. They take it, they take it. They don't want it. Hey, you make your bed, you sleep in it. You know, what was the thing that they taught us back then in our family is you take the advice, you get to old age. You don't take that advice, you don't get to old age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's progressed to the point now to where so many people are gone. And I'm a professional deprogrammer, right? I'm an expert in two types of mind control, and I've been studying this new form of mind control for 32 months. Once a person goes too deep into this severe mind control,
They're done. They're over.
You're not just going to tell them the truth. Most of these people are never going to come back, or they're just going to keep getting led around. You can't help them. So, but the answer to everything happening is the human condition, right? And so on my page, I've been trying to post whatever they will. They keep deleting my pages. This is my third page in 3 months that I've been on this app. But because that's what they don't want us talking about. They don't want us spreading the knowledge of the human condition. We got to get this metal off our brain. We got to protect ourselves from these frequencies. That's why you hear all these people going, "Oh, I'm raising my frequency. I'm elevating." It's all reverse psychology. In reality, if you buy a little $200 meter from if you buy a $200 meter from Amazon and start checking out what's going on with the frequencies, you'll be like, oh, they're really messing us up with these harmful frequencies. That's why people fought against it for so many years. And I've got the actual side effects posted on my page too that I got from real life scientists that did fight against it for years.
Yeah.
And if you Google it right now, like, hey, what's up with these frequencies, 5G and all that, but you can scroll for 1 hour and it'll just say, oh, there's no evidence that says they're bad, right? That's all.
Yeah.
The internet's corrupted. And so then that's the reality is if we don't acknowledge the human condition that they're attempting to put us into and be fighting that's psychological warfare right there. Psychological warfare training, you always fight against the human condition they're trying to put you in. And this is the knowledge we should all be speaking about. We need to acknowledge that it's happening, and we need to acknowledge the human condition we're supposed to be working our way back into. And if people don't accept that and start doing that, they are going to get more sponge brain and more into psychosis all around us, which we're already witnessing.
Yep, that is true. Me, I've seen a little too much of everything, and I don't want to even see no more. That's why I try to avoid as far as possible, because I mean, literally. And like I said, I didn't know there was so much narcissistic people. You know what I mean? Literally, and I mean. That's just one thing I was like, wow. And those are very dangerous people. When they combined it with envy, that's very dangerous. Well, I'm going to inbox you, and then I'm going to, tag you. Matter of fact, I'll tag you in my testimony thing, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm going to tag you now.
Yeah, I got you. You can look at pages and you'll see it just be one picture, close up of themselves over and over again 80 times. That's definitely, you can probably bet that person has some real narcissist. They fall in love with themselves.
Yeah. And they're never wrong. They make themselves like the
But what I was saying is what's happening is almost every psychologist I've met on this app is already in psychosis. Psychologists are not above psychosis. No one is. If they're not if they haven't lived a life of self mastery and stayed away from neurotoxins and people that have done too many drugs and over drinking, these people are all already in psychosis, right? And whether they're a psychologist or no matter what they do, right? And so then now that all these people are drifting into fantasy land with all this stuff like flat Earth and the Intergalactic Space Council, well, their parents are taking them to psychologists, right? And the psychologists have already been psychologically conditioned to ignore the reality we are in because that's what's happening. And so then they don't know how to identify and diagnose military grade mind control. So they're diagnosing the flat earthers and all these people with what's called
PTSD.
now they're diagnosing them with what's called fantasy prone personality disorder.
Yeah, but we still got the PTSD ones too.
Well, yeah, but you see what I'm saying? That people are being misdiagnosed because the masses have already been put into psychosis, and so then when you try to bring up reality, they're just going to run. Like they're not going to accept the fact that everyone's being brainwashed because they're already brainwashed themselves, and that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah. I tagged you in my testimony.
Cool. Yeah, I'm with you. I got to run too. I just had a minute. I want to talk to you. I came up here to finally speak to MB, and he don't even talk.
No, MB always talks in the comments.
Oh well, I guess I got to learn.
Don't worry. Like I said, you'll be on my next live, and then you'll talk to MB. Talk in the comments. Sometimes we play emoji little games at the bottom. So when we're bored.
I try to keep the phone away from my face because of that blue light technology. I got blue light blocking glasses too to stop that. It messes up your sleep patterns, everything. That's why they want you there tapping it and being interactive with it and keep that right up to your face.
I keep the phone away from me. It's like sitting down and I'm over here.
I'm going to invite you to a Discord I just started last week, and it's all about the frequencies and the psychology of what they're doing. And I'm not inviting anybody that's too brainwashed there either, because they always get in there and start trying to convert everyone into whatever they already got stuck on.
Send MB. MB, he likes to learn.
Yeah, I'm not inviting anybody that's already too far gone. It's just going to be serious people that see what's really happening. That's it,
Exactly.
So I'll invite you over there. All right, y'all. Have a nice day.
You too. Nice meeting you.
Later.
Alrighty, let's see. Let me check all messages. I don't even know. What is here? Who is here? MB, who's here? Alright, she said mind control seems to start in school as a child. It starts everywhere. Making you question everything. Yeah? I was in foster care and adopted and put back again, and that made me experience the worst in people. Are you still here? I can send you an invite. No, really can't. I would have sent her an invite, but it won't allow me. That's crazy. Marie, if you're still here, you can come in the box and you want to chit chat. Yeah. Story of my life, shaking my head. That's what she said. Oh, hey, Lisa. I'm seeing your message now. He said he'll get his card later. Okay, what? I'm lost. I'm seeing these messages. He said he'll get his card later. He's got to get to bed. And just send him to your page. Who did you send the page? It's hard to find high-paying jobs in Indiana. Hi, happy wife. Hold on. I'm looking at everybody's message because I was chit-chatting with someone. Hold on. Everyone's like... Happy wife, are you talking to me? Or are you talking to somebody else? Oh, no, you guys were talking. Okay, I just remember. Yeah, I know, I never something, I don't know. Crazy. Yeah, I know, I never seen that one. Just reading the messages, guys. There's a lot of messages now. Hold on. Wait a minute. Alright, either those messages are for you guys each. I'm looking, hold on. They have packets, heard of pass over the farming games. Yep. Okay, there's messages, hold on. Lisa, are you still here? MB, is Lisa still here? I don't know. Okay. Okay. But yeah. No, but MB, seriously. People way out there. I miss the music. I really do. MB, I'm gonna put my little dancing person. I had to put my little dancing person. That is something. That is something. Wow. Oh, let me know when you see Lisa again. I'm just reading her message now because we were chit-chatting with the person in the box. Wow. No, it doesn't. It won't allow you to pin it again. Wow. That's crazy. Nope. That's crazy. You can't pin it anymore. Yeah, so. I don't even know how long I've been on. Hold on. Oh, wow. I'm going to be on for like an hour and 30 minutes already. It didn't even feel like that. Yeah, an hour and 30 minutes. MB, should I leave now, come back later, stay on more, or go to the other one, the other channel? My YouTube. Because I don't see nobody here. I know, that's what I'm going to do. So let's just, let me see how long, wait. Give it 2 minutes. Make it an hour and 30 minutes. And I'll switch over there to see if anybody's still on here. But yeah. Because I get to drink and eat over there, you know what I mean? Over here you can't. So, yeah, I know. Hey, the only thing they took off, well, over there they never had, so you couldn't do music anyway. But still, at least they didn't. I don't have that option that they took that one away from me. Hey, yeah. Me, I am roasting. I got 1 more minute. Try to get me 5.0 and then in 1 minute. Oh, that's funny, I know. Yo, let me tell you, MB, your fingers hurt after a while. That on my finger, I got blisters. I said I couldn't do it no more. Did you get blisters? Because I sure did. Lucky you. Lucky you. I was like, wow. I got her up to, what was it? I got her up to like 10,000. And I said, no, I can't. No, and then I noticed too, TikTok, what was it TikTok does? TikTok stops you from liking the live. You have to just tap slowly. Not tap, 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 tap. It's slowly. Yeah. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm banned. They're like, what do you mean you're banned? Well, I can't tap no more. They gave me a message. I was like, oh, wow. So they want you to engage. They want you to follow people. They want you to have fun in some type of way. Then they take away certain things. So they want you to engage, but really they don't want you to engage, because if you're going to get flagged in some type of way stating, you know, you're tapping too much, take a break or whatever, it doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever. To each his own. You know? Yeah. So let's just say I'm not tapping or anything. Like I'm like tap 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 tap, and I'm already almost like 500 or almost 1,000. Oopsie! What happened? I can't tap no more because TikTok blocks it. Right now, I cannot invite nobody. Now it says I can't invite nobody. I can't even pin anything to the top. That's what I'm saying. Now they're trying to make it harder for anybody to see, I guess, to see if you're going to break. You know what I mean? Break and say, you know, whatever, and that's it. I'm done. Because they're taking everything out. They're taking everything off. Right now, I could click on a box where it says invite. I'm going to do that, right? And then it's not going to let me invite. And then the people that I know that will come to my live just to say hi and everything, be nice if people say hi, but nobody says hi. And the thing is that I can't even invite them. They don't even know I'm online. It's one of those things, oh, well, I guess, oh my gosh, she was online. She never told me. I said, I can't. They won't tell me. Unless I go on the other phone or the other tablet or something to say, hey guys, I'm online, and I private message them. That's the only way. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I'm coughing. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to get off and I'm going to go on the other one. All right, we went over 3 minutes, so it's like 1 hour and 33 minutes, so I will be getting off. Meet you on the other side, yay. All right, so I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. So